Affixing 2 for turkey hunting. William Hovey Smith, 2025. In affixing 1, I talked about some of the materials that one would take turkey hunting. And I mentioned that if you took everything, well, you would have a wheelbarrow load of stuff. Well, I was not lying to you. Here it is, part of it. The decoy and some stakes and some cushions are already out there. So they would be added to this, like yay. But today we're going to talk about what you actually take to the field in your turkey vest that you carry on your back from place to place. And if you're running turkeys and chasing turkeys, you cannot possibly take all this junk with you. So we're going to show you some of the diversity of what I've got, as well as load the turkey vest in today's episode. We all work, me too. I'm a writer. I've done more than 20 books. I've written outdoor books. I've done business books and novels and screenplays. Last night I was informed that my screenplay, Moving with Baby 2, won the Screenplay Writers Award in Bangkok, Thailand. Well, obviously I cannot go to Bangkok, but I may accept it by a Zoom call. So, we're proceeding along with our other materials. Vital to most people right now is my new business book, Using AI to Make Your Own Job Anytime, Anywhere, at Any Age. And this book is now at the printer, and we will perhaps see it in perhaps another month. So I've gone through the second editing of the text, and so it's proceeding along. What this book uniquely does, it tells you how to come up with an original job idea and then go step by step on how to start your own business in the United States. Now, about this turkey vest. This one is more or less new. I have modified it a little bit, shortened the straps. This was obviously done for someone who was 6 feet and taller, and I'm not. I'm more like 5'7" and shrinking. Well, that's just the way of it. So we are going to unpack some of this gear, show you what is needed and what I may legally take with me, and actually load up the vest. In the meantime, if you feel like you know everything about turkey hunting, well, I have something else for you. And I have an older video, Thunderball Turkey, which you can find on my YouTube channel. Just look up Hovey Thunderball Turkey and it'll pop up. And what this is a PowerPoint presentation, and it shows you the various methods I've used to shoot turkeys. And these include homemade crossbows. These include a whole variety of muzzleloading guns, as well as an occasional cartridge gun. But for the rest of you, yeah, we're going to take these piles of junk one at a time and pull out of them and sort through them and actually pick out what we're going to take with us. We'll dispose of some things fairly quickly. This 45 is for coyotes. I can legally use it in Georgia, and so that's going, although obviously on my person, but not in the turkey vest itself. Now, we have a face mask, which is absolutely vital. That has to go. We have a rangefinder. Well, I'm shooting out to about 30 yards, and well, useful, yeah. Serves as a binocular, yeah. Maybe so, maybe not. So that's in the maybe category. We have electrical tape. Well, I'm going to film, and sometimes useful to tape the camera to something. So that's a possibility, not necessary. We have snips. When setting up for turkey, there are always small branches right around you that you probably need to clip. Those and briars, particularly if you're doing the run and gun kind of turkey hunting. Yeah, you don't want to sit on a briar or whatever, or you want to clip off some small stuff right in front of the gun muzzle. So yeah, this goes for sure. Tacks. To find your way in and out of a new area. I'm hunting on my own land, so I know the area very well, so these can stay home for the time being. And we have a knife. This one is particularly useful. It is by Buck, and what it allows you to do, it gives you a little saw blade. Now I have cut 1-inch limbs with this saw blade. Now that takes a while, but if you're up a tree and climbing in the stand, yeah, this will do the job. So yeah, the knife goes with me. And it was handed to me by C.J. Buck, by the way, so yeah, that has a special meaning for me. Sardines. If I stay out through lunch, yeah, I'm going to need something to eat. So these go maybe. We have tarsal gland. Well, I'm not hunting deer, so that stays. We have a rifle slug. Well, that obviously stays. We have a rifle round for our drilling, and this is the 8x57 JR, which we discussed in the previous video at some length. And I have a whole series on the drilling, by the way, so you can see everything you want to know about it. Just go and check my playlist on drillings, and it will tell you all about this round. I reload for it, by the way. We have a chainsaw adjusting tool in here. Never know. A little tape. Hopefully I won't have to trail my turkey. But if I do, I need to mark where I last saw it. So I can have the dogs find my turkey, but I need to put them on blood. So yeah, that little bit goes. Last year's hunting license. Well, you must have your hunting license on your person when you are hunting, even on private land, and you must fill out the card on the back where you record your turkey harvest or deer harvest. So one has to go with me, which I have. I got that yesterday. Rope. I have one area that I will hunt that uses a climbing stand, but not this first time out. So that goes in the maybe pile. And that empties this except for dirt. I also hunt with muzzleloading guns. And when I'm successful with the drilling, I will take out a .32 caliber Traditions Crockett rifle. I have several other muzzleloaders that I can use, well, a large number. But the reason I'm choosing the Crockett is because that is something that you can buy today. The Crockett rifle is imported by Traditions. It's available on the market, and there's been a lot of interest in it as a small game gun and as a turkey gun. It's .32 caliber. This is my bag full of assorted calls, of which I've already shown you in episode 1 a selection of them. So, yeah, this is around somewhere, but probably not in the field. So this stays back at the house where they can be dry. Perhaps you hear turkeys talking. Well, this is what I actually hunted with last year. So, these are actually my preferred hunting tools, some of which I've used for many years. All right. Gloves. Yes, we will take that. Owl call, locator call. Yeah, you can take that. Redhead Team Extreme call. Like that. We'll have a competition a little bit. Maybe we take. This is my old reliable call, bought in 1958, and so marked. It's a lynch call. Yeah. Yeah, this has become a sacred implement of the hunt. This will definitely go. It sometimes rains during Georgia's spring turkey season. Having a rain jacket somewhere nearby is good. All right. That is in the somewhere nearby category, either in the vehicle or in my blind. So it's going to go out in the field with us, but not in the turkey vest. Chalk. That goes. We're getting down to slate calls and strikers. Some strikers work best on some calls. This combination works. It's louder than the one I demonstrated in episode 1. So, yeah, it's larger, but it's a better call. Don't have to tell you what that is. Another turkey call. Good call. Good call. Now this one is a wet and dry call. And this is what I was using last year for that use. So one of these needs to go. A poncho, in case it gets really wet. But I'll probably put one of these in my blind, but not actually take it with me in the vest. That goes. These are plastic turkey stakes for foam decoys. So yeah, I'm using one foam decoy. So these go. Now different makers have used slightly different varieties of stakes. They look the same, but the interior diameters are different. So that's the reason this one is put together. General use bungee cord. Yeah, that goes in the blind. The strikers, I've got one that works with the call I'm using. I don't need to take others. Here's what they sound like. Percussion caps. On many of my muzzleloaders, I install musket caps, and they're just easier to handle and fool with, particularly with gloves or when the fingers are cold. And they give us more blast to the powder. But I'm not hunting with muzzleloaders right now, so that stays. Now this mallet is used for pounding stakes into the ground. I've already got one out there, so I don't need it. All right, that's everything out of here. There is one more call that I made myself. This is a slate call, and it's on a box turtle shell. Now I found the shell. I would never kill a turtle to make a call, and would not suggest that anybody ever do. But yeah, this is an interesting homemade call, and with the right striker, yeah, it gives good tone. Let's see if this one will work. Okay. Look. Well, we made a mess. Haven't put anything in the turkey vest yet, but at least we have made some selections, I think. It is early the next morning and I am still sorting gear, but we are getting there. What's in this bag is what goes with me in the vehicle, either in the golf cart or in my truck when I go. So what we put in here are things that you have seen before. That raspy call that you remember? Yeah, I'm putting that in here. Also putting in another box call. I put in some extra strikers. I put in some extra tent stakes. I put in the bungee cord. I put in the ropes. I put in a poncho. I have a jug of water in here. I have some Vienna sausages. And just the secondary stuff that I won't take with me to the blind. Now, one thing I did not mention that goes in this bag and may sometimes go in my turkey vest, most of the time during the regular season, is this thermocell. This is the best anti-mosquito thing ever. And believe me, I know mosquitoes. Yeah, I've lived with them in Alaska and I've lived with them here in Georgia, all over. And they get thick. Up in Alaska, they'd follow you around visibly as a cloud of bugs walking behind a person. They're that bad. And this will fend them off. I don't expect to use it when I go out this early season because we haven't got many out yet. Some are, but it's been like 80 degrees. So yeah, they are starting to hatch. Now, we'll also take our foam with us when we go, but I won't put that in the turkey vest immediately since I won't be hunting until the weekend. Now, so far as shells go, I did find more 16 gauge shells of various sorts and types, but we're sticking with the rounds I patterned, and we'll be taking 6 rounds with us. And this will probably last me the entire season. I could foresee a scenario if you crippled a bird and he could not fly and he ran, yeah, you might chase and shoot several rounds to get him. But no, 6 rounds will do you. You don't need half a box of them. And there are slots and holders in the vest for rounds. And the rest of the material that you have not seen, this is a little tripod for my camera that I'm actually filming with right now. It's a little Sony. And I also have made up an attachment where I can shoot video with my smartphone. So I can do it either way if necessary. We have this call that I mentioned in a previous video that actually goes onto the barrel of the gun, and you operate by pulling the string. I may or may not attach that when I dress the gun. I will take my rangefinder just to have something that I can see a distance of if I happen to spot coyotes or something else that I need to check up on or look at a distance rather than real close up, because it does have some magnification qualities. This in the truck. And the remainder of this stuff on the table in my vest. Now, not all of my thermocell stuff goes in the vest, but it may. Right now, it's going to stay in the truck for the morning hunt. If the mosquitoes get bad in the afternoon, yeah, I'll dig it out, even for our first hunt here. This turkey vest has dedicated compartments. It has one here on the side with a restrainer for this type of call. So this is the one, my old call, this is the one I use most often. So yeah, that's a good place for it. And in here I have a place for 3 shells. I suppose strikers are supposed to fit here, but we're putting shells here. Then a little pocket for your slate call right there. This little transparent pocket, well, might be for your mouth call or anything else. Then on the inside of the vest, you have an inside pocket where more stuff can go. So some of my other calls here, like the owl call and my locator calls, can go on this side. Now you want to balance out the weight looking at the other side here, we have also large pockets. So this is where they have the shell holders. So I've got two in there. Then, so it's handy, both my knife, my mouth caul, and head net. So we know where that is. It's right there, available. Then, on the zipper, we have things like our rangefinder, we have our toilet paper, we have our refills with a thermosil, as well as tape and other miscellaneous items, like a little tripod for the camera. So that's on this side. Now these go in the back in the carry compartment. That's the best place for them. And this is a problem. Because every time you move, this will squawk. And I have it out because if I go with it, I'll actually take it. I will tape it to the gun before we leave, when we dress the gun. Because the gun will go out in camo. We have a camo sleeve we'll put on it. And this will be attached or not as I choose. But to put it in here, yeah, it would sound off every time you take a step. So that's not desirable necessarily. Although I have been walking home on occasion, have a call go squawk, squawk, squawk in my vest, and have a turkey respond to it. Everything happens in turkey season if you hunt long enough. So we're going to put on the vest, see how the load balances out, see how it feels, and then go from there. But this is your basic vest loading for a more modern turkey vest. We have now loaded the turkey vest. Additionally, in the back in the bellows compartment, I would typically have a couple of folded foam decoys sticking out, as well as the decoy stakes here. One takeaway here about turkey hunting, and particularly moving around with a vest. Two things. You want to make very sure you have your thermocell with you. I usually carry it in the pouch in the back. And you want to make very sure you have a good cushioned seat, because you can hunt only so long as your butt can stand it. And so go out, go well prepared. You'll probably leave something the first trip out. It's a shakedown trip, but I've tried to be as thorough as possible. The thermocell goes in the pouch, and we have spare refills for the thermocell, both the cartridges and the pads in here. So we're sure we have those, and the rest of these will go in our accessory bag, so they'll be nearby as well. And the phone will go with us actually the morning we go out. So that's a complete loading of the turkey vest. But now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe. Goodbye, God bless, and see you next time.